What's up, guys? Welcome to another live stream. Okay, so I want to read off what is a bear market. Okay, we're discussing. There's a lot of people that say. Sorry, there's a lot of people that say we're in a bear market right now. And okay, let's see what a bear market is. Here's the definition. A bear market is when a market experiences prolonged price declines, like we had now. It typically describes condition where in which security prices fall 20% or more from recent highs amid widespread pessimism, negative investor sentiment. So, okay. According to this, I guess we're in a bear market. All right.
According to that, we're in a bear market like twice a month.
Yeah, we're in a bear market a lot. All right. So here's this from Bitcoin Archives. They're pretty good. He says Bitcoin's been going down for this was three days ago, 73. So it's 76 days now. So 76 days, 77 days, pretty much in this like decline. All right. But the last decline, when we went from 64,000 down to 28,500, it was 95 days. And everybody thought the world was falling apart and Chicken Little.
Toby was crying tears with laughter.
I was laughing so hard when I saw the prices capitulating, because that's what you want to see. You want to see prices just puke. And that's what it did. And so, but we haven't
seen that yet.
We haven't seen that yet. So that's why I mentioned on our CT club, I'm like, I actually had some buy orders at 33. I actually changed those. So if you want to check us out, what we're doing on our CT club, portfolio updates, market updates, whatever, the link is below. Mm-hmm. But anyways, some dumb G guy, I actually just understood your name just now, and it was
you made
so
that
funny.
Connection.
Dave D, Sergio, good to see you guys.
Jan, it's great to see you.
Carl M, JM,
Nick,
Dana, good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Archer Bullseye, what's up, buddy? Josh, Dave D, Axiom, PJ, John P, Jan, good to see you. That's Heidi's mom. Yep.
Representing.
El Solo Lobo, what's up, buddy? Josh, Nick, what's up, guys? Let's see. Nick has a question. Does it look that bad? Does it look as bad as May 2021?
It doesn't look as bad as May 2021.
And since we are all that oversold, the horizon looks brighter than... I mean, it's great to actually see what we've been through now. So we've been through a cascade of $64,000 down to $28,500. Mm-hmm. And back then, first off, the RSI wasn't as low as it is now, and sentiment was not as low as it is now. I'm seeing some of the top guys in this space, claiming it's a bear market, and we're going. I've heard people say 10,000, 14,000. I'm like, where are you getting these numbers, guys? Like, whatever. Maybe I'm just so immune to this.
3,000? Is there anyone saying we're going to go to 3,000 again?
I don't know. Probably. I'm sure there's somebody that's going to draw some type of chart that says we're going to go all the way to 3,000 or $800 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know what? You'll never get poor making fun. You know what I mean? So whatever. Have you been stressed at all?
No. No.
Not at all.
We did have a question from a Patreon member, a comment on our post on Patreon asking, if are we still bullish and how could we be bullish still? And also we had a similar comment here by Crypto Cube. Yeah. Please don't say you're still bullish. It sounds foolish. Here's the thing is that most people who entered cryptocurrencies now, like we had that interview with Crypto Jeb, right? And he said 70% of the people who are investing in crypto from the US came in 2021, right?
Yeah.
So most people came in that huge hype, as they always do. And so they were attracted to the higher prices. And now that prices are going lower, you'd think so many people would be as excited about it, because if you think about it, nothing has changed fundamentally about cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of the solid ones. Nothing has changed. In fact,
I disagree.
okay, fundamentally?
Yeah, Bitcoin has
Okay.
become even more more strong.
You
of a network.
clickbaited me.
No, I'm just saying, it's become more strong every day. It's
Yeah,
become more and more
sure.
strong. Just look at the hash rate.
Yeah.
That tells a lot. Look how secure this network is. Look at the Lightning network that's being created right now that will be able to send unlimited transactions for pretty much free across the world. You can't do that with anything else.
Yeah.
You can't.
But so again, this mindset
Digital
of
gold.
how could you possibly still be bullish on crypto with the recent price movements we've seen? You have to ask yourself, I think, 3 things. Why are you attracted to higher prices? What is your time frame? Like, do you think Bitcoin is legit going to zero? Do you think it is worthless right now?
Keep in mind, she's not asking you why do you want high prices, but why are you attracted to high prices?
Why do you get
There's a big
validation
difference.
from higher prices?
There's a big difference.
And thirdly, are you freaking out and stressing out so much right now because you have to be honest with yourself? Have you invested more than you can afford to lose? Those questions are really important for your path on this investment in cryptocurrency. That's why we're always talking about getting your feet wet, not going all in on these micro cap coins, dollar cost averaging. These are very conservative ways of investing in cryptocurrencies. You can make a lot of profits doing this in the conservative way. I mean, I think our life has proven that. We haven't done anything too crazy. We don't do leverage trades. We don't take out, we don't take out any loans against our crypto yet. We haven't done that yet to, facilitate a heavier trade than we could actually afford. And so this concept of, how could you possibly say you're bullish? It sounds foolish. Maybe it sounds foolish to you. No offense. Maybe you don't know much about cryptocurrencies other than it's only a speculation of price. So for us, it's much more deeper than that. Obviously, we've been running this channel since 2016 for a reason. I
should say I've been in Bitcoin since $90 to $100. I rode it all the way up to $1,150 and then back down to, I think it went back down to like 150 or 70. I forgot, but it went down like gigantic amount to where, and I didn't have anybody to hold my hand. I really didn't. I didn't have any lines. I didn't have any chartists or anything. There wasn't anything. There wasn't any crypto Twitter. There wasn't anything, guys, when I first started. So, but how did I possibly hold and through that, because I bought at over $1,000 when it proceeded to go down all the way down to way past what we are at right now, percentage wise, way past it. That would be like from me, like holding from 69,000 back to 5,000, 6,000, like with nobody holding my hand, no chartists, no nothing, no hypers that are like, hey, look at this. I called it from the top or whatever. You're fine. You're going to be fine. Guys, like it takes a lot of education in this space for people to actually be able to hold their currency or crypto money, because that's what Bitcoin is. It's money. It's not a currency. It doesn't lose its value over a longer period of time. So yeah, I don't understand. Like if you do understand Bitcoin, I don't understand how you could possibly be bearish in a situation like this.
Yeah, how can you not see it as a buying opportunity?
Short term, yeah, we could go down to what, the 20s? So what?
You could buy now and it keeps going lower. But the question you have to ask is, do you think it's going to go to zero and stay there?
No.
Michael Scott had a good question. He said, you guys sold any alts yet?
Yes, we did.
Last week.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I got out of some ADA and some Filecoin and some Phantom. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, and now I have cash on the way down to go ahead and buy, and I made all these trade alerts for everybody to see on our CT Club. So yeah. And you know what? It's hard to tell where we are going. That's why it's sometimes I struggle with trade alerts because I'm like, well, I hope it's the right choice, but I'm like, you know what, this is just what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't be worrying about what other people are doing. All right. So I'm like, okay, this is what I feel is the best move. And I'm going to dollar cost average on the way down. A lot of people just go, oh my gosh, it dropped. So I'm going to put all my money in. That's not a good strategy in my opinion. What I do is I take a percentage each time and I buy on the way down. And man, people will call me a kook. You're an idiot. You're so stupid. It's going to go down. Look, it dropped another $100. I don't care anymore, guys. Like, I don't care. Just like the guys that are telling me, hey, you bought it 28 or 29,000, the last time it went there. And people were calling me a kook back then. And look at it went to $69,000. Now we're back down and I'm going to be buying more again. Like, if you realize that Bitcoin is the most pristine form of a property right that you could ever have. It allows 2 billion people around the world to essentially have property rights, who don't have property rights right now. They don't even need a bank account.
Irrevocable property rights.
They need a $15 phone. That's it. And you know what? I've traveled to over 100 different countries around the world. A lot of that is in third world countries, and these people are buying Bitcoin and trading with each other on their little phones. So like there's no excuses, and yeah, anyways, I could go on and on about that, but it's giving people the ability to be unbanked, which is really cool because a lot of people can't get banked. Anyways.
Let me get to the super chat we got real quick from Life is Blockchain.
Thank you, man.
For the super
Appreciate
chat. He says, what do you think about the Pulse Chain blockchain that will be a fork of Ethereum? Everyone that has ERC20 tokens in their DeFi wallet will get a copy of the Pulse Chain. The fees will be next to nothing. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, you know what? I'm all for the free market. What if Richard Hart comes out with something, I'm interested in it. Look what Hex did. Nobody's complaining about Hex that had bought it at the beginning. So look at Pulse Chain. I mean, I view Pulse Chain as an opportunity, but for me, I've only put a little bit in, as our CT Club members know. Just why not? Why wouldn't I? There's a lot of low cap stocks that low cap coins that I've gotten into that have done very well. Not because I'm going to hold it for a long time, but why not? Give it a go. Look what happened to Hex. I think Richard is in the situation where he does have God complex, and that might work for that benefit of that coin. He's not going to want it to go to zero. So, you can work on that centralized aspect for a temporary. Heidi's just cringing right now, but I'm not like ashamed to say that. Like, hey, I'm interested in it. Yeah.
It takes compromise, guys.
Yeah. Anyways.
Question from Positive Flow. At what point would you say we are in a bear market? It's a good question.
I think once people realize they are in a bear market, or we are in a bear market, we've already been in a bear market for a very long time. You know what I mean? So for instance, when crypto was dropping in 2018, after its big run up to 20,000, people are like, oh, it's going to go to ETH is going to go to 10,000, and then, proceeded to go down and down and then bounce and like, oh, this is it. It's going to keep going. And so, once people finally realize they're in a bear market, then it's we've been in it for a while. So nobody's like, I don't think people get that correctly too often. The Investopedia definition that I read off of a bear market is just kind of just hubris, like, okay, so something's down 20% and there's negative sentiment. we experience this all the time, guys. And like, whatever, like, it's fine. I don't mind, because it allows people to sell, allows people to freak out. People are looking at different lines and different charts and lines, and they're going to try to make their narrative to what fits their, where they are financially. And go for it. If that's what floats your boat and stuff. For me, I don't really care too much because most of the charts that people have been posting have been dead wrong. I mean, just look at Plan B. Dead wrong.
Yeah.
That guy was the most, everybody, like the second he posts, oh my gosh, let's stop the world and see what Plan B posted. All right. And then, Heidi called him out a little bit and then he blocks her. So, what a wuss he is. Anyways.
I mean, the most important thing is to realize that bear markets are the best time to prepare for the next leg up, basically. These are the most opportune buying times for you to accumulate your positions at a cheaper price. If you guys want to swing trade, here you go. Rather than trying to play catch up, trying to buy after the price has been going for several months and you're like, oh, is it still too late to buy a profit? Like maybe wait then, because nothing is permanent. A bear market isn't permanent, and same with a bull market. They run in cycles. So I think that's a really good perspective to have. Question here from John. He said, what price point do you plan to stack more Bitcoin? You actually just did this trade alerts today.
Yeah, we just did a trade alert today. So we're doing it around like 32 and then on the way down. So I did put like some stink bids all the way down and I just stacked them, different percentages for each one. But yeah, it's been good. And then I say like when I'm getting into some alts and stuff, so some alts that I'm looking at, I mean, a couple of them are Solana, like if it gets bashed even more, bring it on. It's so exciting. Like, I don't know, I'm just pretty amped on it. Like, bring it on, but let it smash down.
But that's another thing that you pointed out. You did actually 2 trade alerts today talking about we didn't really see capitulation. It's just kind of slowly moving down. So kind of a signal we're probably going to go even lower. Who knows if we're right or wrong, but in our experience, that's what that could mean. Right. So we actually adjusted our stink bids even lower. But here's a comment from Clarence Thomas. Thank you so much for your super chat. Go ahead.
Clarence Thomas?
Yeah.
Gosh, it wasn't... anyways, I love your name.
Oh.
Yeah. Love both of you guys. I started buying in the first part of 2018. My holdings were at a loss for the first 2 years. I kept DCA and dollar cost averaging. At year 3, I retired at age 39. We were super early in this space.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I love hearing stories like that.
Patience and consistency.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
At 39, too. That's so cool. Your parents must be like so stoked. And your friends are like, oh, come on. Give me some tips. Good job, man.
Yeah. Another super chat here from, let me see, I don't want to miss one. Carl M. He says, this is exactly why I trust you both and look up to you so much. Your knowledge and your education and experience in crypto. Thanks, you, Carl. And another super chat. You guys are on fire today. Joel Martin.
Thanks, Joel.
What's your favorite exchange for interest earning hodls? I like how you spell that. And how much do you keep off exchanges to avoid potential seizure by governments? We dabble. I mean, I've done a few tutorials on interest on Binance and basically understanding what those APYs actually translate to daily interest, because there's some tricky things happening with Binance, lock staking, and they expire and what have you. But I wouldn't say we have a favorite exchange for earning interest. We've used BlockFi. That's not necessarily an exchange. It's basically a lending platform. Definitely
it's giving 9.5% on your stables on some of them. Yeah.
Much more open also to other DeFi platforms, so that we don't have any custodianship issues. Like Aave is a solid option. Also, Anchor protocol is decent. And in fact, I've filmed a video on how most profitable DeFi platforms to earn interest rates on, like a Crypto Tips approved one. So it's not all just ham of like 10,000% a year, but like platforms that are actually decently secure as well. So you can actually keep those profits. We've been waiting to publish that because, as we've all known, the markets have been going kind of crazy this week. So we're trying to keep you guys more in the loop of what we're seeing in the markets. I think that's more pertinent information. But that profitable DeFi video is coming out, and I've got 3 more coming out too.
Well, also, it's not just stable coins. You know, we are staking ETH on Lido.
Yeah.
.fi. So that's a really good one. It's yeah, it seems pretty safe,
Yeah.
as safe as you're going to have. And you can do it through your ledger, which is great. And the reason why we did that is because I believe since 2015 at 70 cents, that ETH is going to take over. And it has been. Look at the total value locked.
You mean it's going to flip Bitcoin?
No, it's not going to flip Bitcoin.
Well, let's get out there. Let's
No,
get
okay,
that
okay.
clear.
Sorry. It's not going to flip Bitcoin, but like it is for smart contracts, for DeFi, that's the thing to go to. It might be, you might disagree because of the high gas fees or whatever, but it still has not taken out the total value locked. All right. So it's continually growing. And the space there's more and more projects being built on ETH. But the good thing is that there are different platforms like Solana, AVAX. You know, you can have Matic. So
The world is your oyster if you're a user.
Exactly.
Basically.
And it's fun. And yeah, Solana's had it's got its butt kicked lately.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't care that much.
We're still holding.
Yeah, I'm still holding, and I'm going to be buying when it drops.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to drop a little more, which will be fantastic to buy more, you know? So I think there's some good bets out there. Anyways, okay, so...
Wait, I just want to also address the last question.
Yeah.
How much do you keep off of exchanges to avoid potential seizure by governments? I mean, that's one reason to keep your cryptos off an exchange. Also, just if it's an exit scam or if they're malfunctioning or if they get hacked and there's no insurance, there's lots of reasons to not keep the majority of your cryptocurrencies on an exchange. The main reason why people do is for convenience or so that they can make trades quickly and to save on transaction fees if you're dealing with Ethereum or Ethereum-based tokens. We keep the majority of our cryptocurrencies that we're holding, especially what we're holding long term. Like those are all on our cold storage, on our hardware wallets. And yeah, so we give that the utmost respect in terms of security.
Okay, three's a crowd. How did you navigate the last bear market? Okay, so 2017, 2018.
Oh, I watched it come and go.
Not really. We took profits.
We started buying in 2019 after the bottom.
Sure, yeah. But we also sold quite a bit of ETH around like $890 or something like that to go ahead and pay for number one, citizenships for both of us. Number two, taxes, because we were going to renounce our renouncement fee.
Yeah.
We took out enough for a house, and we had a little bit of cash leftovers to buy the dip, and so that's what we did. Because I knew that I kind of realized, hey, things are like pooping out. Like maybe this is it for ETH for a while. I didn't realize it was going to go down all the way to like, what was it, $80 or something like that. Like, whoa,
scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
But I saw that with Bitcoin, so whatever, not a big deal. So that's how I was able to. There was one more.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. What about the Russia ban? That's laughable. The Russia ban is completely laughable. I think. I forgot the news. Actually, man, hold on. Let me see if I can find this news really quickly about the Russia ban. Okay, so the deputy chair Goldback insists gold-backed stable coins and crypto mining be allowed. So interesting. They're changing their narrative. It's so typical, guys. Like, you have to understand that the reason why we're probably experiencing 50% pullbacks during a bull market, in my opinion, we are still in a bull market. A lot of people now, they think we're in a bear market. Well, mark my word, I think we're in a bull market. All right, even though we dropped from 64 down to 28,500, which was a 53% drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though we did that, we went back to 69,000. So what are we in a bear market now? Like, come on, guys. We got to get our definitions straight, or at least there's no like solid definition on this. So let's see.
Reverend Flashback had a funny comment.
Yeah.
There's only one bear market, and it is in the hysteric mindset of the overinvested YouTubers who love to sell the bottom. Panic.
Yeah, that's it.
That was funny. Let's see. Old Fart says, get that name. Not spreading FUD, just facts. Daily chart is the Head and Shoulders confirmed. It's considered 85% accurate, and the target is $16,000 per Bitcoin. I'm dollar cost averaging buying. That's one indication. How many other indicators are pointing to that? That's the number one. I mean, if you're going to be looking at charts for trying to guess the top and bottom of a price, you better hope there's more than one indicator pointing to that conclusion. Yeah, because having one indicator for that is kind of a weak.
This is a good point.
In my opinion.
Some dumb guy says people need to set buy orders because you never catch those crazy wicks. That is very true. Like, it's really hard. Sometimes, you're going to bed and you sleep and all of a sudden, boom, straight down, and you missed it, and you wake up, you're like, why was everybody panicking? The price is the same price as it was, right before I went to sleep, but it just wicked straight down. That's what you want to see. That's a capitulation. That's what you really want to buy. I mean, that's what I want to buy. I can't wait for this market to puke. That's going to be great.
Andy Wong is asking, do you guys think UST, which is the Terra stablecoin, is a better alternative to centralized stablecoins like USDC or USDT when it comes to storing it as dry powder? I think, yes, I think it's proving itself. It's being listed on a lot of different exchanges. It's getting a lot more volume. How it can maintain its peg during extreme times of volatility is yet to be seen, because it is a new stablecoin. But yeah, I think I'm glad that it exists. I'm definitely a fan of it. And how the tokenomics work with that stablecoin and Luna is really interesting. I mean, Luna's been a little saving grace for those of you who are holding that one too.
Yeah. Toby, how are the waves? They're
perfect horrible. For me.
Can't stand them. They're
it's
about
a lake for
they're
Toby.
About 5 feet. Let's see. Toby did a short video about last week. Let's see. So is there going to be an alt season? Well, we definitely experienced quite an alt season. I would expect another one because I actually am buying not just like medium, but really low. Did I say low cap, micro caps that I think could do potentially really, really well. But I can't give those away. Those are part of our CT club. So if you want to check us out on that, go ahead. But that's what people paid for. So anyways, let's see. As far as like citizenships, yeah. Like, oh my gosh. Can I buy a citizenship in Canada by Bitcoin? I don't know, man.
Maybe not directly. I don't know about that.
You can use Bitcoin to buy your lawyers or whatever. So
possibly, yeah. If you can find a lawyer who's paid
so
in Bitcoin.
For instance, the citizenship we have is a St. Kitts and Nevis Caribbean citizenship that we bought, and we paid our lawyer in Bitcoin, which is really nice. And Jennifer Harding is her name.
J.H. Marlin is the law firm.
Yeah. So if you ever want to check it out.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Skunk Work Nalt. If you have only a few hundred each month for investments, what kind of split should you be doing? Depends on your own risk. Depends what your current portfolio is. If you're starting from scratch, let's say that if you're starting from scratch.
I mean, if you have a few hundred each month.
Yeah.
I know people that have $20 spare each month, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe 1 month Bitcoin, 1 month Ethereum, and do that and switch off. Because if you have a couple $100, you probably don't want to spread yourself too thin. You know what I mean? So if you have like 30 different coins that you're trying to buy with $100, you're not going to. That's not like great. You know what I mean? So if you have a couple $1,000, maybe you can then start going, okay, $500 Bitcoin, $500 Ethereum, and then maybe some Solana, Matic, Atom, Luna, and the list goes on. But with a couple $100, probably want to just chill out a little bit. Like if I had that, I would chill out a little bit and go, okay, I'm going to stick with the most safe coins possible that I've seen go through the rough. I have seen Ethereum go through the crapper and back stronger than ever, with more total value locked than any other coin out there on the market. No, I mean, nothing even comes close to Ethereum. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would do.
One question here from Seb. What's your go-to news source, Toby and Heidi? Crypto Twitter is great.
Yeah,
also, cryptopanic.com. It's one of like many now. There's all
It's a
different
aggregator.
news aggregator. There's so many for crypto. That's the one that I just happen to go to. It's pretty straightforward. It lists all the most recent posts, and you can go through and see what everyone's talking about and see obviously where the trend is, what people are talking about, and stuff like that.
Plus, good friends. I have some
Yes.
friends in this space that have been in this space longer than I have, and those are really good people to talk to. And it's really rare that you do have people that have been around for so long, and that are actually you can jive with and you can get ideas from. And yeah, especially when there's multiple people. And it's just like you're always constantly learning, because I don't know everything in this space. Neither do they. Neither does anybody. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to learn as fast as possible, because this space is evolving so much. Moore's law is taking over. So that's just one thing you need to be doing, is constantly reaching out, talking to different people, and collaborating. I think collaboration is really cool, and join groups and stuff and make friends, because that's how you're going to actually really do well in this space. You can call them up at any time, like, hey, what do you think about this coin? Like, I don't know, like, what do you think about the fundamentals of this thing? And some people will point out things that I couldn't have figured out, and it's like, oh, thanks for that. Or like, hey, Toby, hey, what's up with this coin? Oh, that's actually really interesting. I'm going to go check it out. Wow, low cap, boom. Like, this could be a good dev team, whatever. You look at the fundamentals, you look at the, different things like that. So
no, absolutely. Community is priceless
Yeah.
with crypto. And if you guys are looking for one, we have a pretty cool Discord that's been growing. You can find a link to the public channels down below in the video description. Furthermore, one of our amazing moderators and overall contributors to this channel, Archer Bullseye, every 2 weeks or so, he hosts a trivia night with prizes. Maybe NFTs are coming in. And so that's going to happen again in about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks from now, he held one recently. So it's a really cool way to test your knowledge in crypto, learn some things, and maybe win some prizes too. I wanted to read these really nice comments. Sorry that I was seeing here. Ian Taylor, thanks for your consistent, balanced approach to sharing with us, a CT member. Thank you so much for your comment, and good luck on your PYR buys. I think that one will do well. You're definitely putting in your work with dollar cost averaging with that one. Also, Just Brendan, hey, you two, awesome to finally catch you in a live. Thank you for the support and solidarity during a bearish downturn.
No worries.
That's a good way of putting it. It's
Awesome.
a bearish downturn. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Toby?
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. I think that we need to first find a bottom. Nobody knows where the bottom is. Obviously, people are freaked out about the market, the stock market, which is down. I think it was last time I checked, it was down like 500 points or whatever. And people are freaked out about interest rates rising. But little do they know that the Fed raised interest rates 3 times in 2017, and what happened in 2017? We kicked butt, guys.
Kept going.
And guess what? They didn't really raise interest rates. They said they did, but they didn't. Yeah. Because a 0.5%, 0.25%, or basis points, that's not raising interest rates. Raising interest rates is what Volcker did back in the 80s when he, 16 or 18%. That is an interest rate rise, not this bullcrap that they think you guys are so stupid that, oh my gosh, they're going to make the dollar super strong. Oh my gosh, if you really think the dollar is going to get super strong, you got another thing coming. All right.
Maybe short term, very short term.
Yeah. Anyways, have you looked into Quant? Yes, we own Quant.
Yeah, I got into that one.
Yeah.
Several months ago.
Yeah. Well, a long time ago.
And way before that.
Than that. So anyways, Anyways, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It's great seeing you guys, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Oh, stay disobedient.
There you go.
Bye.
That was good.